such an important win for the Arsenal. Arsenal go to Villa Park, a place we lost at last season, and then against a team we lost to twice last season, against Aston Villa, and get ourselves a 2-0 win, a very hard-fought 2-0 win. But just like with the previous game, we get ourselves 3 points, 2 goals, and 1 clean sheet. There's not much we could really ask for. David Raya made arguably the save of, well, he definitely made the save of the game, the save that changed the game for Arsenal. Had Ollie Watkins scored from that header from the deflection from Onana, well, this result would probably be looking a lot different. But at the end of the day, Arsenal go to Villa Park, a really tough place to play against a fired up, really impressive Aston Villa side, and we get all 3 points. There's really not much to complain about. In the starting 11, to have Urian Timber start at left back, I don't think that surprised anyone. Of course, Zinchenko is never going to start in a huge game like this against a team that is so good going forward with the likes of Leon Bailey, Ollie Watkins, and so on. So I don't think it surprised anyone to see Zinchenko on the bench. Maybe it surprised some people to see Urian Timber started over Calafiori, but like I said in my video yesterday, that is to be expected. Timber for me is our first choice starting left back, and Calafiori is our backup left back, with Zinchenko and Calafiori kind of fighting for that position. But going into this game, I think we all just knew how big this was, not only because Man City beat Ipswich Town, surprise, surprise, but because last season we lost twice to Aston Villa. They put the nail in the coffin for our Premier League title hopes last season in the Emirates Stadium, and this time around going to Villa Park, a place we lost at last year. It was so crucial that we did better than last year, whether that be a draw, but preferably get a victory, and a victory is exactly what we got. Now, to start the game was such a tactical battle between Unai Emery and Mikel Arteta. Really, both teams were kind of just trying to bait each other into pressing, to making a mistake, to opening up for the other team. And it just never really happened in that first half. I mean, Bukayo Saka had a really good chance, I think in the 15th minute or something, where he cuts in on his left. I'm expecting to see the ball hit the bottom corner, but Emi Martinez, to his credit, made an awesome save for Aston Villa to keep it 0-0. Aston Villa then had that one chance with that collective press. I think 4 or 5 guys just ran out, pressed the ball. They closed off everything Big Gabby could really play, any passes, any clearances. Big Gabby was kind of put in a position where he didn't really know what to do. He turns himself to the ball. Kind of a mistake from Big Gabby. I think just clear it out if you can't find any outlet passes. But Aston Villa do very well to win the ball. I don't think it was a foul on Big Gab. I think that would have been kind of weak. They win the ball. They play to Ollie Watkins. Then Ollie Watkins, to my surprise, I'm sure everyone's surprised, puts it off target. That was a huge moment in the game, because I think if Aston Villa got 1-0 up against the run of play, I thought we were the better team in the first half. If Aston Villa had gone 1-0 up against the run of play, I think that would have been very difficult to come back from. But luckily, Ollie Watkins just completely skews it. Really good running from Morgan Rogers. Ollie Watkins skews it and luckily keeps the game 0-0. Look, overall that first half especially, I thought we were the better team. I thought we were playing some good-ish football. Not great football in the final third. We just lacked complete composure. No quality in the final third. Couldn't find that ball. Sometimes overplaying in the final third. And out wide, we were looking good. I mean, outside of the final third, we were playing pretty decent football. Aston Villa, outside of the Ollie Watkins chance, didn't really have anything from the first half. But I wasn't quite satisfied with that first half performance. I don't think Aston Villa were. I don't think we were. I think that's fair to say that both teams went into halftime kind of content, but not quite satisfied. And coming into the second half, I was expecting to see Arsenal just burst into life. I mean, that never really happened. Morgan Rogers was on fire from probably towards the end of the first half all the way throughout the rest of the game. He was running through Declan Rice and Thomas Partey, which is something that we don't often see a player do that the way he did it, make our midfield look really weak at times, which, I mean, credit to Morgan Rogers. He was outstanding today. Probably, well, definitely Aston Villa's best player in my eyes. Aston Villa in the second half, in my eyes, were the better team in that second half until we scored the goal, but we'll get to that. But for the beginning of the second half, Aston Villa were the better team. They had a lot of chances. I mean, you think back to that time, they had a free kick, they whipped it in, Ezri Konsa at the back stick, kind of puts it across goal, and it just grazes past the post. Easily could have been in, and easily could have made it 1-0 to Aston Villa. Speaking of missed chances for Aston Villa in the second half, that shot, Amadou Onana hits it off Gabriel. Horrible deflection for David Raya. He still does well to kind of get close to it. It hits the crossbar. David Raya on his backside, lying on the goal line, gets up and makes an outstanding reaction save from a header from Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins did nothing wrong, but David Raya, oh my days, what a save. That is a 3 points winning save. Without that save from David Raya, like I said in the intro, the score would have been a lot different. I'm very convinced of that. An outstanding save from David Raya to keep us in the game, to keep the game level, and not 90 seconds later, super sub Leandro Trossard, who was needed at times. I mean, I even said to myself when Martinelli was on the pitch, like, yeah, take Martinelli off. He's not really having the impact you'd like. Bring on Trossard. But anyway, 90 seconds after that Konsa miss, Arsenal go on. Good play around the area, which was one of the first times we actually had some good potent play around the area. Odegaard with his classic reverse ball. Bukayo Saka on the byline, whips it in his right foot. Kind of scruffy defending from Aston Villa. Leandro Trossard, probably his first touch of the game, puts it into the bottom corner, and I jumped for joy. Honestly, that was such a huge goal for us. Puts us 1-0 up with, I think it was 15 minutes to go. Leandro Trossard, ice cool celebration, ice cool first touch. And Arsenal go up 1-0 in a huge game against Aston Villa. And from then on, to Arsenal's credit, instead of trying to push for a second, we kind of just took control of the ball again and just try to ease the game down, just calm everything down. We're 1-0 up in a huge game. Let's calm it down, and that's exactly what we did to our credit. We go 1-0 up, we control the game, and eventually, somehow, someway, Saka lays it off to Thomas Partey, who's kind of on the edge of the area. No one's marking him, and he puts it in. Emi Martinez mistake, I love to see it. And Arsenal go up 2-0, and from then we just had to see the game out. We took off Saka. Really, really important 3 points. But overall, I'm just so chuffed to see Trossard come on and impact the game the way he did. Outside of scoring the goal, Leandro Trossard, even if you think to the second goal with Thomas Partey, think back to it. That was because of Leandro Trossard. Now, to Gabriel's credit, Big Gap put in a beautiful ball in behind the lines. Trossard sweats it, there's no one in the middle of the area, and Saka just whips it back into Thomas Partey. But Leandro Trossard, this was Leandro Trossard's game. I don't care what anyone says. Outside of scoring the goal, Leandro Trossard was outstanding. He was game-changing. On the left flank, we looked so much more potent, so much more dangerous on the left flank when Leandro Trossard was on the field. And it has to be Leandro Trossard starting next weekend. It just has to be. He was outstanding when he came on. And even had he not scored, to me, he would probably be arguably my man of the match. Now, I don't give man of the matches to people that didn't start the game, but boy, oh boy, was Leandro Trossard impressive today. Overall, we went to a really tough place in Villa Park, got all 3 points, got a clean sheet, got 2 goals. David Raya with an amazing save as per usual. Leandro Trossard, outstanding performance. Declan Rice, especially towards the end of the second half, was outstanding. I thought Gabriel and Saliba specifically, was outstanding. That challenge that Saliba had when he ran all the way back to get Jacob Ramsey, put in the challenge right before Jacob Ramsey could even get a shot off, that was outstanding. And then to see the team celebrate the way we did, like we just scored a goal, but all we did was not concede a goal, that was amazing to see. And that is champions mentality. To go to a place we struggled at last season, to go to a team we lost to twice last season, and put in that performance we did, weather the storms we did, to get all 3 points, it's a huge result, a huge performance, and again, huge character from this Arsenal team. Really, really impressive game. I am so happy. Let me know in the comments below, who was your man of the match? What did you think of our performance? And I'll see you guys in the next one.